Okay, it is Tuesday and we're going to make some tea. We've missed a couple weeks. I mean, I know we went to the nursery for one of them last week, but the week before, there was some tumultuous thing going on in my life, some tragedy or something. I'm sure that I had to take care of business, packages, something, but we're back. And as usual, I have some really sweet treats because I'm starving, as you guys always know. I am a very hungry person. Once I'm done fasting, it's called gorge mode, and I want to fill that belly up. Especially, it seems like everybody's really lacking energy. Are you guys feeling that? You know, there is so many chemtrails over me. I'm inhaling so much barium and aluminum. I'm surprised I'm not light blue. I think it's really starting to affect everybody because in our town, everybody's like this. So here we are, and I was going to do a big energetic tea, but then my mind wanted to go into berries or flowers. So I scratched the big energetic tea and had an espresso. But what we're going to do, so first, I got a little yum. So we got some lamb and goat that I've cooked in some tomato and cumin and chili powder and all that. I love this. Onion, you name it, lots of garlic. I'm going to be having some goat and lamb. It's the last of mine until I get more with some eggs. And we're going to have a beautiful cup of tea with it. So what have I chosen for tea today? Well, you should be able to tell that's a rose hip. Plus, I'm growing them. I love rose hips. High in vitamin C. Now, the funny thing about the rose hip is, you know, when you buy powders and all that, and you think, oh, it's so high in vitamin C. Oh, I'm getting all this benefit. The reality is, I hate to burst your bubble. Once you dry a lot of this stuff out, you've lost. So vitamin C is just a very delicate vitamin, and it's probably not even in there anymore, is the sad part. Now, there's lots of biflavonoids and other good stuff in there still, but you want to, when you have rose hips, you want to grow them and eat the rose hip fresh. That is the most medicinal way to get the benefit. But since you're not out there in my backyard picking my hawthorns or my rose hips, we've got them dried for you. Now, I grow the black hawthorn. This is the red hawthorn. And they do the same exact thing. And this is very common. You'll see they get this little bit of white. It's almost like when they dehydrate, it's like a little bit of mold almost. But I don't want to scare you all with that. But if you've ever dehydrated lots of tomatoes and things before, you'll get that little white on it. It's nothing to be concerned about. It comes on all the berries. So we've got hawthorn and rosehip. This is the elderberry, another thing I grow. Just love it. I love the elderflower even more, just because I don't have to wait for the berries. But these are super medicinal. Definitely, if you're getting the flu, you're going to want some of these guys. And you can't eat them fresh. They're toxic. They have to be cooked, so you have to make a syrup or tea or something with them. They're just delightful. Next, mallow. You guys know how much I love my marshmallow. So this is some powdered mallow. Love it. It makes things, when you put it with the hawthorn and the berries, this is going to be a candy tea is what this one's going to be. But just to rock your guys' world, I thought I'd throw a little wrench in the tea today. Scare a bunch of you that are scared of comfrey. So I pulled some fresh roots because I sell them to you guys to grow. In fact, what was really funny is I was rinsing these off this morning, and they had all these little growth spurts. You can see all the roots. They were growing in the bag, just trying to grow. In fact, they flowered in the bag that I have them in. Anyway, we're going to do some comfrey root because I am a huge fan of using comfrey. Now, I'm not a fan of juicing the leaves and eating it in salad daily, but I am a definite fan of using it medicinally. And the root is as strong as it comes. It's way better than the leaf, but the leaf is awesome too. So the thing about comfrey is it's a mucilaginous. It makes mucilage. So all of you that know about chai seeds, when you get them wet, they turn into a mucky mucilagenic.
Chia?
Yeah, chia does. Chai, chia, whatever. I always mispronounce the two.
I was like...
Chia seeds, those ones that you paint on the head.
chia, okay.
Chia pets, those ones, guys. So they make a snotty, gummy, mucigenic mixture, and so does the comfrey root. And what's amazing was when you cut it, it sounds like jicama. It's a very crisp, wonderful root. But as soon as I put it in that water, it's going to make glue. It's really remarkable. Now, most people would buy this dried out in a bag, except for those of you that are buying the roots and growing them from me. By next year, you can harvest root. This year, get all your growth going. Don't harvest roots. And if you bought from me, you're going to get 6 roots. So every single sliver of a hair of a root grows. So let's get our comfrey in there. I usually do about 2 teaspoons because I've got a couple cups in here. So we already had this to a boiling, and I'm going to actually get it to a boiling again. Once I get it boiling, I remove it from the boiling. You don't want to just sit there. Now, if you had roots, major, hard, tough roots, you can boil it. But we don't. We have soft things, and it can destroy a lot of the stuff you boil for too long, so don't do it. So we've got our hawthorn berries. We'll get them in there. I love the hawthorn and the rosehip. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Just so good. And last but not least, this
Mallow.
guy here.
It's probably my favorite.
Oh, it's so sweet and wonderful.
Even though I'm sure the Comfrey's the best for me. The Mallow
It's
I'm most
all
excited
good for us, Ray. You know it. And I don't usually use powders, but I did purchase some powders. So I have licorice powder, mallow powder. I like root a lot better. I don't know why. But all these syrups you guys are seeing that I'm selling. So a little trick to making syrup that's pretty fun. Let's see if we're boiling here. We're almost there. I use powdered herbs. So I do a combination of, as an example, on the bug out when I did it. So I started with gentian and mugwort. It filled that pot, 30 quarts. I made a super strong tea out of that first, okay? Then I drain all those herbs off. I have about a 3/4 of a pot of now this incredible gentian mugwort herb tea that then I start bringing in the black walnut hull, the wormwood, and the clove, and the cinnamon. And those, my ratio follows the same as this. You're still getting a teaspoon per 8 ounces of water of each herb though. And normally I just do a combo. So you're getting a very potent parasitic killer, and it's also thick, which is what's nice. So if any of you guys are messing around with syrups and you're wondering what I do to get consistencies, that's what I do. Is I use a lot of powdered herbs. This is about almost, I think, as much sugar is in here is most syrups want you to do 1 cup sugar to 1 cup water. I don't do it quite like that. I'm probably doing it 2 to 1. So you're probably getting 2 cups water to 1 cup sugar because it's so much sugar. I mean, 30 quart pot has basically 30 pounds of sugar in it, guys. So anyway, this is the one I was using an example of, and you can see, so when I tip it upside down, you see all that on the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I say, guys, shake it up. That is all black walnut, wormwood, and clove. Not only is it concentrated in the fluid, but it is jet black, this bottle.
So...
And I drank it, you guys. I drank this stuff till I had to poop last night, so be careful. Because I love my herbs, and when they're in an easy access bottle, every time I'm in the fridge, I take a sip. I mean, I just love this stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy it too. Anyway, let's get on to our herbs, guys, because the babies are right now with someone, and boy, that can turn bad fast. So here's what I thought we'd start with on just our basic herbs is we're selling these. Well, I'm not literally selling them, but, you know, I'm giving you the link to them. Yeah. So I thought a lot of people interested in these books. Let's show what's in these books, since these are the ones you can buy, and how they relate to what all we've got. Okay, so we'll start with this guy here, Ancient Remedies Revived. If you guys don't have it, it's on sale for $37. I kid you not, it'll be the best $37 you ever spend. So let's start, I guess we'll just start with rosehip. Let's start with that guy. Oh, there's marshmallow. Oh, everything. I just passed all my favorites. Rosehip. Oh, rosehip is not in here. We'll hold the phones. Rosella's in there. Oh, look at that. It's not in here. So, let's find it.
The book is now only worth $36.
We just lost $1 unless you put rose hips in there. That's probably why they're expanding their series, though, because they realize you can't cover all the herbs. Even Nicole Apelian, who has the Lost Book of Home Remedies, or whatever that is, she's coming out with part 2s and 3s because there's just so many. So it's not uncommon that when you get herb books, they're not all in there. That's why you keep collecting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, rose hips got to be in this guy because Culpepper covered all of them that I like. Let's see here. Rue. I've got lots of rue in the yard. Lots of rhubarb. Wow, we're getting all the R's. Let's see.
Rue helps mosquitoes, right?
The rue was like, so we should make a bug spray out of it.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, we should make one because gosh knows it's growing all over the place out there. Roses. I wonder if they're going to talk about rose hip and the roses. I think that is just a rose. Interesting. Look at this, no rose hip. What's funny, and I had to read for a minute just to see if they were talking about the rose hip or the actual roses. It is roses they're talking about in here, not rose hip. So we're moving on. Culpepper to the curb. This would be fun if I can't find it.
Right.
It's got to be in here, though. It's going to be in here. All right. Let's see if Joseph Myers got it. Let's see. And you guys can tell, I don't look this stuff up before we do this. Oh, let me move my tea to the side. I think we're probably actually moving. Yeah, we're moving on that guy. Let's find rose hip. Yeah, I don't look any of this stuff up at all. It's all winging it. I'm a very busy person, so I have to do it on the spot. Oh, goodness. My hands don't want to work today. Poison ivy. Okay, here we go. We're back at rosemary. Rosemary, rue. Oh boy, guys. Not in here. Okay, I'm amazed. We're gonna have to go through everything. Gosh, I'm gonna have to pick some rhubarb. So far it's in all of them. Okay, look at that.
Wow.
Amazing, folks. Amazing. Let me get another book. Let's play this game. I love it. Let's see what else. We'll get some of these guys. All right. Let's try the Lost Remedy book. Now, I'm not selling this one, guys, so if it's in here, you got to buy it yourself, like I did. But it's got to be in here. Rose hip is such a big one that it's almost shocking. I do enjoy when I can't find. I'm growing arnica, Montana. Very difficult seeds to start, by the way. I'm like in week 3, and the growth is just the size of my fingernail. Where are you? Whoops. How did we get to wild yam? We went too far.
She's also in one of your syrups.
It is. And mugwort.
Like so you were marketing.
Look.
Oh, yeah.
Mugwort's in it. Didn't you? So mugwort is a part of the wormwood family, folks.
I didn't know that.
Rose hip's going to be... This book is... Okay, this is not arranged. I see. This one's not arranged by alphabetical order. That explains it.
Oh.
I'm like, nope. Okay, Rose hip, where are you? Rosa. No, rose hip, you guys. This is very interesting. The rose hip is such a common medicinal agent. And I've used it before, so it makes me wonder where I maybe had to look it up on my phone. Okay, let's look in this guy. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
I know. We got some weird herbs in here too, but nope. Oh my goodness, guys. Let's see if Native Americans used it. So fun.
Do you want to show the front?
Oh.
Just real quick, so if anyone who's asking.
Anybody that loves Native American medicinals, this is it. And I love it because I'm out here in California. So, I mean, the proof of the Native Americans owning this land and us basically pillaging them and being disgusting, horrible human beings and taking over what was all theirs is proof out here in California 100%. I mean, you can see in my backyard, it's tons of granite. You can see where they used to make their bowls because the water ran through like a Jurassic Park in my backyard hundreds of years ago. And they had their ovens in the granite, and it's all still there in the bowls for grinding their acorns because there's a couple huge oak trees over there. So yeah, it's my heart goes out to anyone that's a Native American, and it's a shameful act upon all of us whites here in America. And it's a utter disgusting disgrace, the fact that we represent Thanksgiving like we really did something good for them. So my 2 cents on Native Americans, and you know, they deserve more. So let's see if we can find the rose hip because they used lots of it. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm very drawn to Native American herbs. Let's see if this has, I don't think this has a back to it. Oh, Comfrey spray.
What? Oh my.
Witch hazel, and I just bought a witch hazel tree and 2 tablespoons of the healing herb mixture, which is going to teach you how to make the comfrey, I would imagine.
Oh, that is so cool.
I know, I love it. Look, toothache, hops, and brittle bush. Oh, hey, anybody with tinnitus, my grandma had this, geranium and persimmon. Wow. Cool
That
stuff,
is
folks.
So cool. Oh my gosh, I like it.
You see how easily I get distracted. That was all the recipes, I believe. So let's see if I can find. Sometimes they do it backwards where what they'll do is it'll be like stomach ache. And then you find the herb. Whereas I need to find the herb before what it does. That's all the remedies. There is so many recipes in this. It's endless, guys. Okay, let me go at the beginning and see if I can find something for us. All right. Juniper. Golden seal, lady slipper, dark cahoosh. I'm using cahoosh. Look at that. The corn and oats are part of their medicinals.
The non-GMO version.
Can you believe that? Okay, well, where's Rose? Oh, there's Genetian, which is in my wormwood mixture there, the bug out. I like how I'm supposed to be, and there's wormwood. Like how I'm supposed to be looking for one thing and I'm finding everything else. Oh, there's St. John's wort. Guys, okay, this is crazy because I am not seeing, I see some of the best herb. Oh! I found it.
Oh my god.
The rose haw.
Finally. Oh my god.
Wow. Okay, so Native Americans, they know what they're doing. 176. Let's begin.
Oh man.
Oh, wait, let me give the tea a quick stir, and then we'll read about this. This is crazy. That's the funnest part. So I used to get excited if I couldn't find an herb. It almost told me, why can't I find it? What's going on? Why isn't it not out there? You can buy rosehip all day long. Why can't you find out information about it? And you can't say, oh, because it's just already out there. Everybody knows. Bull. All right, this is looking delish. Give that a little stirry stir. Boom. Let's begin. This is a short little topic too. Look, rose hips, the rose haw. And I have, mine is the Nikita rose that I'm growing, which is not a rose like you guys all know. It's the rose hip, which is different. While this beautiful red fruit is revered for its vitamin C content, it is like a multivitamin grown to a tree due to vitamins A, D, E, essential fatty acids, and antioxidant-rich flavonoids, which, what did I say would stay strong in it? The flavonoids. Rose hips are used to favor teas and jellies. By the way, it is the most phenomenal jelly. I made jelly one year. It is the most beautiful little light rose color. Oh my God, floral, sweet, wonderful. So if you get your hands on a bunch of rose hips, make some jelly or jam. You'll love it. It is a good thing for the immune system. While fresh rose hips constitute a significant source of vitamin C, well, this is just going to state what I just said. Dried rose hips, not so much. So there you guys go. I love that I just said that, and what I just said was right there. The act of drying the plant zaps a fantastic piece of its vitamin C content. So what you want to do is grow them. Okay, I gave Rhea 2 rosehip plants, and they were little sticks. So even if you start with little sticks, they start growing. Collect your own rose hips, so then you can just walk out and eat some while you're walking around. You're not having to store them and save them. There's nothing better than fresh off the plant. Let's see if elderberry and some other stuff's in this book. Here I was going to do the Ancient Remedies Revived, and now I've changed my mind. We're going to go through this a little. They got to have some elderberry in here too, because that is a big one. Elder. There it is. The Native Americans knew what the hell was going on, folks. So if you haven't studied the things that they used to do, the teas they'd make, the cleansing agents, the detoxing, then you are missing out, because I have been going down this wormhole and it is amazing. 84. And if you really want to know what we did to the Native Americans, just watch Ken Burns, How the West Was Won. It's 8 episodes, and you will want to kill yourself when you're done, because it's going to show you exactly how disgusting we were in America to the Native Americans. Not only did we just kill all the buffalo for sport, it was a lot of fun killing them all. You took their food source away, and guess what? They left all the buffalo there dying. All they wanted was those tusks, those horns. That's it. Isn't that remarkable? Just a disgrace. I watched it and was so ashamed to be American. If I could have painted my skin black, I would have that day, just to not be a part of that sick story that we feed into of the lies, which they're lies. Okay, back to fun. Where's that elder? That subject really bothers me, because I was a believer in the beauty of having a meal together, Thanksgiving. Oh, we were so good to those Native Americans, just wonderful people. And then the truth came out, and I was disturbed for some time. Okay, elder. This is a pretty good one, guys. And I like that it's right next to eyebright, because I love eyebright. Okay. Elder is a tree, and various parts of the tree are used for various purposes. Use of the inner bark is a painkiller, and for its purgative, emetic, and diuretic properties. I'm going to say purgative, so that's definitely, you are going to either poop or puke or something with that. I can definitely see diuretic in that when you're purging. I've never used the inner bark. I think that's quite fascinating. I would highly suggest killing a younger branch, because the bigger branches definitely are difficult to get to that hard bark. The berries have diaphoretic, astringent, diuretic, and laxative properties, and are often the base of cough remedies because of their flavor. Flowers have diaphoretic, astringent, and anticatharial properties. I love the flowers, by the way, guys, which makes them useful for hay fever and influenza. Use the leaves for bruises, sprains, and wounds. I've never used the leaves, so that's kind of fun, because I am right for the berry and the flower. The bark is a purgative and diuretic, as we said. Okay, the elder flowers, which I love, use them in skin washes. The fragrant infusion, maybe I should make some, guys. We see where I get all my crazy ideas? The fragrant infusion is an excellent astringent for the skin and helps to reduce the appearance of freckles and dark marks on the skin. It lightens and tones the skin, heals sunburns, cuts swellings, and elderflower water is used in the inflammation of the upper respiratory tract as hay fever and sinusitis. It is also useful in treating sweating, bleeding, constipation, and bronchitis. Collect the flowers in the spring or early summer. We're starting to get flowers right now, guys. And dry them quickly as possible in a shady spot. Keep in mind that the berries from the flowers, so if you Keep in mind that the berries form from the flowers. So if you want to harvest berries in the fall, make sure to leave some of the flowers on the tree. Crushed elder leaves are an effective insect repellent when rubbed on the exposed skin. Okay, so there you go. I mean, my American elder is huge, so you can go out there and just crush the stuff and coat it all over you, and the bugs aren't going to want you. That's wonderful.
That's amazing.
The leaves are an emollient and vulnerable. Oh, when used externally, emollient. So that's great for your skin. So that, again, I'm convinced leaves and flowers need to be in water so you can spray yourself with this. A salve made from the leaves helps with bruises, sprains, frostbite, and various wounds and injuries when used internally. So just so y'all know, my throat coat, cough syrup, well, if you guys are chugging along with that, you're taking it internally because there's about a whole pound of elderflower in that one batch that I made. So there you guys go. The leaves act as a purgative, expectorant, diuretic, and diaphoretic. In addition to the medicinal uses, use the berries to make a light or dark purple dye. The branches have hollow stems and make flutes and whistles. So how fun is that? Anybody want to make a flute or a whistle? While you're making your tinctures. In addition to the medicinal uses, use the berries to make I already said that. Do not use elder products during pregnancy. Yes, do not. They're too strong for your body. Possible side effects include dizziness and stupor. Leaves, twigs, and roots can be toxic if used internally in high doses, which we're not using anything in high doses, are we, folks? We're making teas. We're using small amounts, and we're not doing over 30 days of one particular tea because it's time to move on and find a new tea at that point and find some more medicinal benefit with it. Pretty cool, huh? Mm-hmm. So thank you, Native American herbalists, because now we've done the elder and the rosehip. I say we keep going. And you know what's going to be in here? And it better be in here, is the hawthorn. Because Native Americans used the black hawthorn endlessly. And when I was reading about the red hawthorn, studies first were coming in that everybody's saying, oh, the red hawthorn was the only medicinal one. Now, don't get this mistaken, folks. There is things called pink hawthorn and stuff. They're bushes. Those are just bushes and things. They don't get the berry. They were more propagated for later. They're not from the OG source, okay? These are for landscapes. They are not, don't make your tea out of that. But the black hawthorn, they didn't talk about it being medicinal. And then all of a sudden, people started realizing the black hawthorn, oh, it's identical, and it's out in California, and it's where the Native Americans were, not in Europe, like they were finding a lot of the red, they call it the English red hawthorn. So they start doing the studies and find out, what do you know? It's just as medicinal, if not more, because the berry is black. So let's find it. Let's see, where are you? Hemlock.
Man, I'm starting to feel like sleepy again.
Oh, it's ridiculous. We need our tea, man.
Pretty good.
I'm gonna have to get some food, and I just can't even stand how I feel lately.
Oh, I'm like, man, why do I feel like this?
I know. I know.
Which is like, it's not really just a big secret.
It's crazy. Everybody is tired. We were at yoga this morning, and we have what's called the corpse pose at the end. And everybody lays basically like a corpse. I gotta tell you, it's all of our favorite position out of the whole yoga class, because it's the one we do nothing. So we lay in the corpse pose for 10 minutes. It's after the whole class is done, and then she rings the bell, and we all start waking up. Nobody woke up. Nobody even heard the bell. Didn't even know the bell went off. 5 more minutes went by, and then she's like, okay, everybody's late. You gotta get up now. And the whole class was yawning, and we looked like a bunch of turtles. So what do you know? There it is, Hawthorn. I love this new book.
Yeah.
97, folks. And if you're wanting the book, here's another picture of what it is. This is my new find recently. And it was a shot in the dark because it could have just been lame, but the recipes are amazing. Okay, so let's go to Hawthorn. What was that? I just lost my spot.
97, I think.
Was it 87?
Or 97?
Gosh, dementia's kicked in full speed ahead today. Let's double check. I think it was right here. Nothing wrong with losing a few brain cells to the bad weather. There you are. It was 98. We were close. 98. Okay. Goldenrod. Love it. Hawthorn. So. Oh, I keep getting this itch on my foot, guys. Sorry, but I can't do an itchy arch. There is just some itches that, no way, Jose. Okay. The hawthorn. Its habitat, it's diffused in wet environments and forests all over North American continent, both in the United States and Canada. Mine is not in a wet environment, just so you guys know. So if you want to grow this, give it a try. I am in not a forest. I am not in a wet environment, and I'm going to grow it. This shrub can grow up to 10 feet tall in an intricate entanglement of branches. And yes, it does. It is a knot, is what it grows into. These are thorny and wildly populated by green, yellowish leaves, 5-lobed and serrated margins. Flowers are located at the ends of the branches in white clusters of 10 to 20. After pollination, they evolve into round, glossy fruits, black or red in color. Parts to collect for medicinal purposes, the leaf and the fruit. Solvent preferred, water. That sounds pretty simple, folks. Native American use. The natives used hawthorn leaves to treat minor wounds when no other treatment was available. The leaves were simply chewed, this sounds like plantain, chewed and the poultice applied on the wounds and burns for easy emergency medication. So I know with plantain, I will be out in the yard, I hurt myself, and I will chew that up, spit it right out of my skin and smother it all over. It's wonderful. So applied for wounds and burns, easy medication. The plant was also used to prepare a decoction from seeds that was used to treat diarrhea. The said decoction was also used as a mild sedative, mostly in case of heart palpitations. So what you're going to find is the hawthorn is used for all heart conditions. And I have actually read, don't quote me on this because, you know, I'm just lying most of the time anyway and speaking hogwash, but they have claimed certain people that the hawthorn has reversed congenital heart disease. That is really shocking because that is congenital. That means they got it hereditarily. How did it reverse it? How did it correct it? And how did it fix it? Well, hell if I know, but it's a miracle is what it is. And remember, I'm just speaking crap anyway, guys. This is all a bunch of lies. So don't take it serious. Wink, wink. So the medicinal use of this plant was always associated with heart diseases by Native Americans and surprisingly by many other ancient populations over the globe. In time, recent studies have proved that it has a positive effect on the main heart disease as tachycardia and hypertension.
Jeez.
All of you, my mom, Dawnette Evans, who's not watching this video, who's on 3 blood pressure medications, and I'm trying to constantly get you to do things. We've done cleaver. She said she didn't like it. Hawthorn she needs to be taking. Hypertension, guys, you're going to end up on blood pressure meds if you don't start taking hawthorn berry. And may help in lowering the cholesterol levels. Don't worry about that cholesterol, folks. You want that fat in your life. But if it's a natural, because you're getting nasty triglycerides, well, yeah, then you want to lower that. Warning, don't consume during pregnant. That's pretty much all herbs they're going to say because you don't know if you could have a reaction with the baby and we don't want to risk that. So, fun. We know Mallow's in here too then. I can just guarantee it. And Comfrey will be the interesting one because they had Comfrey in the back. So let's see. Oh, I keep thinking I got to go to the back of this book, but this is the front. All right, Mallow. I want to make some real marshmallows here soon too. God, I just want to read about so many. I'm growing tobacco this year too. I see tobacco in here.
Is it the one that's
Oh,
growing?
lobelia's in here. Darn it, there's everything's in this book. Just remarkable.
Is it the different tobacco that's growing? Like
So
a weed?
they do have, well, I could look it up. We're going to, oh, it's Nictania. Let's see. It might be wild tobacco, the one that's in our yard.
Right, where I'm like, there's got to be something good to it. It can't just totally suck and be an awful weed.
Well, they used to smoke it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fun.
It's got to be another use.
Here we go. we're veering to the left a little because Rhea is consumed in tobacco in her yard. And what do you know? That's the tobacco they're talking about, is the wild tobacco. Habitat, it grows wild in the southwestern United States in desert environments, Rhea.
No kidding.
This shrub can grow up to 13 feet tall. Rhea may have actually passed that limit.
Yeah.
Leaves are lanceolate, typical dimensions 12 inches by 4, blah, blah, blah. Flowers are located at the top of the plant, trumpet shaped. Oh, this is funny. And this one says, and pink. We don't get pink, we get yellow.
Yeah.
And now I'm intrigued. So, Native American use, even though we're not making a tobacco tea right now, they use tobacco mainly for ceremonial purposes. By smoking it in the sacred pipe, the plant was also used for some small medicinal purposes for its angelistic properties. In fact, the poultice obtained by pounding the fresh leaves was used on joints, swelling, and scorpion stings to reduce the pain, and as a panacea for skin conditions. Fresh or powdered leaves were chewed to reduce headaches. Finally, the leaves poultice mixed with chalk was used as a primitive toothpaste to whiten the teeth.
Wow.
So there you go, Rhea.
Oh, thank you. We have scorpions, so I'll probably need to...
I know, make a spray to squirt on them all.
Yeah.
I got a funny scorpion story. So we're in Ramona. There's lots of scorpions. It's desert. They dwell underground. If you disturb the ground, they find their way out. So we had just bought our home before this home. And my kids were 4 and 6, I believe. So my son was 4. And we had just done so much yard work. And we were seeing some scorpions. And one morning he told me, he yelled from his bedroom that there was a crab in his bedroom. And I remember I was cleaning the kitchen and I was like, a what? And he kept saying, Mom, there's a crab in my bedroom. And he'd come out and he's all excited about the crab in his bedroom. And I was like, what is this kid talking about? He's just making it up, I guess. Nope. I came in and there was a big scorpion, a crab in his bedroom, seizuring. Thank God it was like on its way dying. But I think he just sat there staring at it the whole time, the crab. So if your kid tells you there's a crab, take him serious. It's probably a scorpion because they do look like that. Yeah, I will never forget when I went in and thought, oh my gosh, there was actually a freaking, and he's a little baby. He pulled up a chair and just stared at that thing. All right, whatever.
Free entertainment.
It was crazy. All right, we know Mallow's in here because it is always in everything because it's so good. If I could, God, they got darn quiet. It's all in here. Someone better call me and start making me sell this book.
I know, right?
Because I love when it's all in there. Okay, not there. I could have missed it. I'm going to have to go back, I think. This book is a little trick. Marshmallow. Oh, it's under Herbalism for Kids.
Aw.
Shall we look that up?
Yeah.
271. Let me start over one more time. So this book also has a whole section just on children, which we can go through a whole nother time because Ray has just got so much with the babies today, but that could be fun just to do a day of going through it on what do you want for your little babies. Da, 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 da. It's arranged a lot different than most books, so you do have to go through every chapter to see where mallow is mentioned. I think they've got to have it more than just for the kids, though. But then again, maybe not. Mallow is the one that in Culpepper's book says that for every day that you drink mallow tea, you'll be disease-free. And do you know there's not a lot that says something like that? That when I read and it's saying disease-free, that is a big thing to say. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I think it's in for the kids. And it might even be a recipe on 271. Let's see what it is. Let's see what's in the kids section. Way back there. There it is. Oh, it's pretty much on the 12 months to 5 years old category in children. And what Mallow, Marshmallow Herbal, is saying for children of this age, this is a family which also has the hibiscus and hollyhock. So that's what marshmallow has in its genealogy, we'll call it. It's a particularly benevolent household. It does not have any poisonous members, and several of those malls, remember mallows, are used for food and medication. Mallow is among the most famous members of the family. The Romans believed its origin for a yummy vegetable, and also the candy leaves were considered a culinary cure for one of many ancient civilizations. Early leaders in the USA boiled the powdered root with glucose to produce a sweet confection. So that powder I just showed you, glucose, that's a sugar. That's all they were using. You get your sugar source, you use that, cook it up, you whip it up and make marshmallows. It's the craziest thing, you guys. So start doing it, which later morphed into the marshmallow we understand today. And the current commercial chemical market got a hold of the marshmallows. And when you eat one now, they're delightful, they're soft, jet puffed, and full of carcinogens. Probably each one you need to take a charcoal tablet with when you eat one, because they're killing us. So let me check our tea, because all that's left is Comfrey. And that, again, there was a lot on Mallow, guys. That is not really covering all bases. I'm going to get my eggs on the stove, if you guys don't mind, real quick.
Maybe we can make marshmallows in like.
We definitely, I would love, I saw some dandelion marshmallows I'd love to make. That could be a fun thing on camera for you guys, for all you with children. Because if you haven't made them yet, when you see me make them, you're going to go, I want to make a barrel drum load of those things. Because they're, you know, they're not gross. They're good for us to eat. It's not like you're telling your kids to go get, you know, jet puff or some corn syrup concoction. You can let them have as many as they want with marshmallow root. I'm gonna actually put a ton of butter in here.
Yummy.
Because I love butter with my eggs, and I love my meat, as you guys know. So I'm gonna start cooling down the tea. I'll leave that there. There for now, because I want to heat my meat back up. So I got to tell you guys, I love goat and lamb. It is not what probably, most people are probably going to make fun of me right now. I'm going to get some ugly people telling me what a horrible person I am. But don't knock it till you try it. We raise all of our own meat. We don't buy any meat. And we stock that. As soon as we bought this home, I told my husband, we were raising meat way before this, but as soon as we bought this home, I said, if it's not in our freezer, you don't get it. So I think it was 3 years we ate goat, because it took us a while to get our cows going. And when you're starting young, you got a couple years before you're even butchering. So it took us a while to get going. And we have boar goats, which is an African species made for meat. Let me tell you, if you haven't had it, you better go try it. Because as people go, oh, gross goat. Well, maybe you've had it in a curry. You didn't like how it was done. But what's so phenomenal about goat and lamb, you can cook it just like beef, chicken. If you don't have to get all ethnic, if you don't like those seasonings, you know, you can just put some ranch on it if you want. I mean, but it's delightful. The meat is very light, very good for us. The fats are healthy. You're wanting all these tallows. You want lamb tallow, you want goat tallow. They're the top of the notch. Well, eat the meat, because you're going to get the fat. So I love incorporating this into my life. Meats are important to me. Let me grab a spatula. I need lots of meat. I love being carnivore / keto, to be honest with you folks. I do love my vegetables, but meat and eggs are super important. They keep me alive, keep me strong. So let's get our eggs going, and then we'll get back to Comfrey. And maybe we could do something fun like we talk about, and do, how fun would it be to make some marshmallows? I've got some fun recipes for them.
That'd be so awesome.
I don't want to break any yolks today. Oh, I broke a couple. Broke one. Darn it.
Which one?
This guy.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, I am such a yolk lover. I'm like a little baby, guys. I want yolk dripping off my face. Okay, let me put this away, get a couple bowls for Ray and I, and we will get going on Comfrey. Because you know Comfrey is one of my favorites. Next to wormwood and many others, and you'll repeatedly keep seeing me use them, because we need to be using them often. Again, and I'm saying this in a very cautious way because, again, I don't want you guys thinking because you're growing comfrey, now you're going to turn around and go, oh, hey, I filled the juicer up with the leaves, drinking it. I never told anyone to do any of that stuff, okay? Comfrey to me is a very medicinal plant. And we know when they remove them, there's a reason why. So don't be stupid. Be smart when you use these herbs. They are going to benefit you. But, you know, too much of a good thing, it's not a good thing anymore. So that's why I want to be very careful for you guys to understand. I'm showing you how I use it so you can see how I use it so you can do the same. But don't go cut your plant down and think that you're going to juice it all and, you know, make cabbage roll-ups with it because you'll probably get too high in alkaloids. But the funny thing is, to be honest, you eat too much spinach, you're going to be sick too. You won't know what you're feeling. You're going to think you're full of nutrition. You'll be like, God, yeah, I juice all that spinach day in, day out. Woo! Feeling good, except for kind of a headache. Not sure what I'm feeling. It's got yucky stuff in it, guys. Oxalates, okay? These things, they get in you. They're not coming out. So, again, spinach, broccolis, things like this. We're not eating it day in and day out. Okay, food is a remedy to heal the soul. So we don't abuse and just eat the same food all the time. In this house, every meal is different. No two are alike, except for eggs. They look the same every time I cook them. But all the rest of the meals, that's how I stay the way I am because my body is now getting different nutrients all the time, you know? It's like when we feed our dogs that same dog food all the time. No wonder why they look like crap. Mm-hmm. They're getting no change. We need change. So listen to me on this. Okay, I think we're pretty set up here. Oh, let me get one more thing, just a strainer for our tea when it's ready, and let's look up some comfrey. And you know what I'm going to do? I almost want to get my comfrey book out right here. Let's see, since no babies have called, I would love to talk.
Yeah, 16%.
Okay, we're going to be quick.
No, I'm just letting you know.
I have some books, guys, on comfrey here that...
Is this a phone charger?
It is. Would it work in your phone? Because you're an Apple.
Yeah.
But that's not Apple.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, can you use an Android charger?
No. Oh well, those are the shot.
We're going with it, guys.
Okay.
Okay, so I love comfrey. I've got comfrey, the Homesteader's Dream Plant. That's a fun one that's really easy reading. This is mind-blowing. Now, this is scientific. I am almost done with this book. I'd like to read some of it to you, but I'm actually, because we're light on time, I'm going to start with this one. This is a great book on comfrey, and it talks a lot about the things they're telling you not to do. Oh, drinking comfrey. Okay.
So we probably have like 10 minutes worth of battery.
I just opened up to that page.
That's perfect.
It says, the easiest way for anyone to take comfrey in quantity is in a drink, as suggested by Dr. Kirshner. This needs a liquidizer, such as a Kenwood, about 4 large leaves, plus half a teacupful of water. So we're using the root instead of the leaves, which is much stronger. Liquidized and put through a sieve will make a glass of a bright green fluid. So they're straining out like I am, put through a sieve, and you don't want to drink the chunks probably, without very much taste, which can be drunk easily. And it very much is a very just light flavor. I don't notice a lot from it. This is comfrey without its fiber, containing most of its proteins and vitamins with the bulk of its nutritional useful minerals. It should always be fresh made, for it ferments rapidly. But in Britain, it is available from March to early November. Plants for drinking should be picked in turn, and those which run to stem must be cut down to ground level so that they grow more leaves to maintain the supply. I was just telling someone yesterday, so once you have just planted, when you flower for the first time, let it flower, cut the whole thing down to the ground. It's going to reproduce again, but you want the leaves because once it flowers, it's weaker. It's not going to be what you want. Let's see here. Grow more leaves to maintain the supply because it's rich in vitamin C. It is excellent for colds, and allotonin appears effective in relieving throat irritations and huskiness. That's kind of fun, and that's not even all the medicinal stuff. So let's find some more fun things. on Comfrey that are just simple little readings. I don't want to get into too much depth with you guys. Check my eggs. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. There's some really good stuff in here. And Comfrey, it's getting difficult to find any information on. It really is. About 25 years historical. Yeah, show that one, and I'll show this one again too.
Oh, that's just like different.
Let me see if I can find what I was looking for, the statement.
And I can just.
And then there's this one here, guys.
Perfect. Okay.
Yep, these are all, okay, wait. Sorry, I have to read kind of fast. I didn't bookmark. Okay. That's all the rat studies. The studies are mind-blowing, guys. And what's cool about them? Experiments with the plants. Let's see. Well, I mean, here, this is just some clinical observations they were using on humans, and another class of ulcer. By the way, wormwood and comfrey kill ulcers, knock them right out. Ulcer, which quickly responded to allotonin, includes those which were apt to occur in paralytic cases. We had an example of this in a girl aged 11 years old who had a large ulcer in the dorsum of her left foot. The skin had broken down rapidly, leaving a deep circular ulcer about the size of a penny. Gone as soon as they treated it with the comfrey. Let's see, this is another one, paralytic ulcers on the legs. And you guys probably know, you know what these ulcers on the legs are. I'm sure you've seen it when you went to the store and someone had one on their leg and you went, gross, what's wrong with their legs? That's what those are. It just heals so quickly. It's such a beautiful plant. Let's see, dressing them with allotonin. Gosh, just a few words. Let's see if I can find something to end us with that's not too long. Ooh, my eggs are yummy. I hear them.
I can smell them.
So these books, what I do love, this is kind of fun in this book. This is talking about the comfrey tea. And what you'll see is they're showing you how they were using it on the plants and the difference in them growing. And it's mind-blowing. So you can just see this figure from this one. The bottom one is treated with the comfrey and the top is not. They're identical in age. Same thing. Bottom is treated without. Top is treated with. They're the same age. So it's doing the same thing to your body. It's doing those plants. It's trying to heal you. Make you strong. Let's see. Addendum. Oh, here we go. This is an interesting. This is Dr. Robert Stewart had treated many cases, both of lobar pneumonia and bronchial pneumonia with allotonin. Allotonin, remember, is comfrey. Has no doubt that it does good, provided it is given early enough. He regards it as a defensive measure, preventative as well as a curative, and that it appears to lessen the extension of the disease. His contention is that the important point is to promote an early leukocytosis before the disease becomes systematic, and that by doing so, that word is blocked out, possibly limiting pulmonary involvement. So again, I could read you guys all day these case studies, and those were just two, an ulcer and pneumonia. This does so much more than that. It's mind-blowing. That's why I keep collecting more and more books on it, because I'll read one little one and then I'll think, I got to get the big guy out, because forget it, man, that didn't have enough information. So, again, what is our tea today? Okay, rose hips, hawthorn berry, elderberry, marshmallow powder, comfrey root. Good stuff, guys. Think it's time. I think it is time. Oh, my eggs look divine. Let me get those off the burner. We'll get our tea rolling here.
That looks so good.
Doesn't it? God, eggs are the best food on the planet. Let me get a little something to pick that up so I don't burn myself.
I think I'm going on 18 hours fasting. I'm like, oh man, I'm so ready to break it with something good.
Do you know, yesterday I just was so busy with the syrups, I didn't eat any food until like, gosh, I want to say it was like dinner time. It was like almost a 24-hour fast, and it's amazing. Sometimes I wake up and I'm hungry. Other times, I just can go. I'm not hungry, and I'm not going to eat if I'm not hungry. My mom always told me, you listen to your stomach. It tells you when it's hungry. You don't just eat because you eat. So that's an important thing, and all you perhaps dealing with weight issues and stuff we've talked about last time, starting fasting. I think it's a really important thing people should start trying. My family all fasts. Heck, everyone around me fasts. This fly we got to fly, guys. Got to fly, guys. Doesn't want to leave us. So, let's get in this. And you can see, always with the elderberry and the comfrey root, it always goes black. I almost bet the comfrey root's probably on the bottom because it's like, you know, a mucusy kind of herb. Nice, beautiful brown color. But I love teas like this because it just doesn't cover one thing. You know, we've got the heart, we've got the ulcer, we've got the lungs and respiratory. We're covering all organ when you start mixing it up like this. And we're using the marshmallow as our sweetener. So try to stop using sweets.
And the berries.
Yes, all berries and fruits, we use those as the sweetener. Stop dabbling around with sugars if you can. Or do like I do and start drinking the syrups. My syrup says I just take a shotgun of that so that I can shut down the fact that I want it. So let me get our eggs off. We're going to have a cheers to you folks learning how to eat better, how to drink good teas. Maybe you'll try some goat in the future or some lamb if you haven't. They're very good for us. I'm sure I'm going to get all the vegans flipping out on me. Because I've had a really creepy vegan following recently. Boy, it's out of control. And to be honest, I think that's why I'm kind of shadow banned. If you guys aren't seeing me right now, is the vegans went crazy on me. I'm posted probably in every country as the worst person in the world. So we got to hope that goes away soon because Rhea's got a full-time job banning them all. But it's very hot, Rhea. But let's cheers, folks, to a beautiful tea on Tuesday. And to our health, to learning more about our health, and trusting in God that He made these herbs for us, and we need to be trusting those first, because if we're not trusting what God has, then we're just trusting another human being, and you know, we're not supposed to be doing that. So cheers. Oh, that's delightful. That's very light. For its dark color, it's very light, folks. Again, there's nothing sweet in it other than the berries.
The mallow makes it so smooth. Oh my gosh.
And again, if you guys haven't used mallow, everybody should have a pound of it in their household.
I do now.
Yeah, Rhea and I are definitely going to make some marshmallows. I think that could be fun. And we'll show you how easy it is. So maybe in the next week or two we could do something like that. But get in your kitchen and make yourself a cup of tea.